Hello, beautiful Pisces, and welcome back to Intuitive Energies. My name is Jane, and today I'm going to be looking at our crown and our ground. In our ground position, we have take a breath. In our crown position, we have courage. All of these are very warm colors. They match very much the fall decor, but they're also in the chakra color of your sacral chakra, your powerhouse, right? So it's asking you to take a breath this week, absolutely. To kind of, take a moment and let it kind of seep in, okay, to you. This is from the new deck, the Moonology Messages Oracle that I've used this week. And as always, these readings, well, Pisces, they are absolutely general. And I invite you to take them in as such. Take in what resonates, leave the rest. And remember, you are the power in your own life. You guide your life and how things move forward. So, let's see here. Moon struck. This is at your ground. Take a breath. The word moonstruck sounds dreamy and gorgeous, but in fact it means someone who's gone a little crazy. Drawing this card means that you may be becoming obsessive or just going too far with regards to whatever situation it is you're asking about. It's like someone who says they're madly in love. Madly. Is that really a good idea? So this comes with a message to get your feet back on the ground. If you've been a little bit, in somewhere else or stuck somewhere, it's time to pare that back a little bit. Take a couple of deep breaths. Try to get your situation into perspective. There's nothing to be gained by allowing yourself to be completely and utterly overwhelmed by your emotions. Think of cycles of the moon. The moon takes a full fortnight to move from new to full. She grows a little in size every day. She swells to her beautiful full self. So when you draw this card, you need to allow things to progress at a more appropriate pace. So that's at your ground. Take deep breaths. Let yourself think of other things. I feel a real sense of just getting stuck in the same thought pattern or the same energy. It may be a good idea to just kind of shift. I would say shift like a complete 180 degree. I feel like completely move, like you're facing this way, move completely this way, like go the other direction completely, and do something very different. If you're doing everything about the mind, then start doing something all about the physicality. I don't know, scrub a floor. Oh, here's my rabbit who's trying to get attention. Stop it. I'm busy now, it's not the time. I've been sitting here for an hour and she didn't do a thing. Of course, now that I start doing readings, right? Yeah. So this situation may be trying to get your attention, such as my rabbit is, and you're thinking to yourself, well, that's enough. That's enough. You just say, no, I am doing this. This is what I'm concentrating on, and then do it. Okay? So, and I'm not opposed to if something, like you say, well, how do you stop, how would you stop your rabbit? Well, for a while, I'd put her in her enclosure in a little house and let her calm down while I'm doing something else. It's time for you to take control of the situation and just say, okay, I need to do something different. Okay? You have the blood moon for courage, and that is at your crown, and it says this is, it's saying that you're a good far deal. You're quite into the battle of whatever you're trying to figure out. I won't call it a battle. I'll call it more, and it's more like you have gone more than halfway through what you're supposed to be going through. Okay, so it says be courageous, and you have a lot more left in reserve than you might think. Sometimes we get a little battle weary, a little tired. Says we often struggle to change. It's hard for us to change. But sometimes change is what's absolutely called for. So this may be one of these times. Sometimes the more you refuse to budge, the more painful it gets. So they're saying just let it be, let it come in. Okay? keep going. Do what it takes, even if you maybe have a little bit of fear, okay? As long as no one is being harmed, which is my personal mantra, push through and do what you need to do. You're at the end of one cycle and at the start of a new one. What you don't willingly release now, if you know has to go, could be taken away from you. And that's talking more about like tower moments, right? The more you hold on to something, refusing for it to change when it needs to, we know has a way of coming back to bite you. The idea of blood is often a frightening image. However, blood is also a giver of life. Without it, we wouldn't last long for the blood moon, right? Your situation is as it should be. Breathe and then keep going. And I like the way it says breathe here, and this card has take a breath. So take a breath. Change your mind if you need to, and then keep going. I feel that these are talking more of just replenishing yourself in the middle of all of this when you're trying to figure things out. Like I said, remember, you have resources. Taking a breath, taking a break is definitely it. Okay? Give yourself a break in between, okay, so that you can come back with that illumination. I think that taking a break also puts certain things in perspective for us a lot of the time, especially when we're having a difficult period of trying to figure out what to do with it. Let me take a look. Oh, she is back to eating. Okay, so we're good. We're good for now. We have a reprieve, a few minutes at least, I think. All right, so we have Immunology. This is the first Moonology deck, at least the one that I know of. You know, I find that sometimes my personal suggestion to you when you're having a hard time is just to slow things down. Sometimes you just need to slow it down a little bit. Just take a moment, take a breath, and, you know, do what you have to. It's not a big deal. Work through your fears. That's a big thing. That's come up today. Okay? I've even posted that in the group a couple weeks back about there's people who come in and they will just latch on to your fears. You know, I want somebody to love me, your insecurities. Oh, I don't, you know, it's like you can't do it by yourself. So you'll ask somebody, or somebody will go, oh, we can make a spell for love, or you're afraid of something and they're saying, oh, it's because you have this curse. And I think that's just, you know, for the people who practice this kind of thing, be wary, okay? Because you are, these people are just latching on to people's fears. That's not okay. That's not okay, okay? If any part of the life that you live is, you know, increasing people's fears, that's not good. And by giving them a spell or taking a curse, you think you're empowering them. You're not. You're giving them something to latch on to, a crutch that they don't need. Okay, they have the personal power within themselves. They don't need help from anybody. They can do it by themselves. Okay, you can help with that, but yeah, surrender to the divine. That's coming in too as well. It's like saying that you are divine. Just surrender to it. You have great power. You don't need somebody to you don't need to give your power away to anybody to have them take away your fears or do some snake oil kind of crap to help you out, okay? And yeah, I'm saying it out loud here. I am taking a stand on this one, Pisces, because as an energy worker, it really bothers me when people do this. It really, really bothers me, okay? This is underhanded stuff. I don't like that at all. I don't care, people pay me to speak with me to see what their spiritual stuff, but this stuff about giving you spells to help you banish darkness or fears or insecurities. No, no, no. No, you do that. You do that. I can help you do that on your own. You don't need anybody. You don't need to pay anybody to do that for you, okay? So that kind of exploitation, I do not agree with, and I will never offer any kind of that kind of thing. Yeah, this really bothers Jane. This bothers her very, very much. Very, very much. Not only that, it gives people who are trying to do the right thing, who are trying to help with your energy, trying to give you advice spiritually to lead your life back into the light, back into the journey you're meant to have. Just, yeah, no. It doesn't help. It doesn't help us who are trying to help, okay? Ace of Swords, a breakthrough. I love breakthrough cards. Queen of Cups, gorgeous. What came out here? So much, Pisces. But I'm not going to keep it, just kind of turn, but you have the High Priestess, you have the Two of Wands, you have the Knight of Wands, and you have the Queen of Pentacles. So all of these together, if you read them, it's having the insight and the intuition to contemplate your possibilities, to have the courage to overcome anything and the resources to do it. This is all that we've been talking about all week long. Absolutely, the courage and the resources, right? Sometimes all you need to do is take a breath, don't let yourself get stuck in any kind of negative energy and go forward. I have to tell you, Pisces, sometimes I get a little, I feel that this is what's going on with me here too, is I feel a little bit like, for those of us who feel, and I know it's my perception of things, but for some of us who are trying to do things the healthy way for people, to get them to become stronger, okay? Which I understand for a lot of Pisces, especially who are here. And I thank you if you've been with me for years, just simply out of loyalty. I know there's a lot of people who will pass in here, get strong, and go past me. And I feel that. I hear that all the time from my guides. Some people are here for a reason, for a season, and then they move along. And they move along with insight and a lot of power. And I'm okay with that. I just have a hard time because I feel that people don't take into account that there is an accountability for what they are doing. I just want people to know that, you know, the energy that they put out, they got to realize that it has a domino effect. And I want anybody who comes in here to realize that exploitation and going after people's fears, you may not see right away what that causes, but it causes devastation. It causes people having a hard time living a life of, I don't know, Pisces. I'm out of words for this. I'm very frustrated. I want the world to stop. Just stop for a minute and really think. And I think this may be it for you as well. This is a message for me as well. And a lot of readers say, oh, put myself out of it. I can't. I'm a Pisces, so I can't put myself out of it. But maybe it's time that whatever situation that's giving you this pause, such as some of this stuff is for me, it's to sit, take a breath, and then grab your courage and keep going. Just do what's right for you, okay? Keep putting what's out there right for you. And, you know, wave that beautiful banner of love without exploring fears and insecurities in people. I guess that's the big message here. I guess that's the big message. So yes, your reader is flustered today, and I think it's part of this reading because I've been this way mostly all week long. I feel a little bit at a loss for certain things. I feel a little discouraged because I feel that the world should be in a different spot. We have such a great planet and great opportunities to be of help to one another. Yet every time I look around, I don't feel that we have a lot of evidence to that. It's kind of scary sometimes. I know there's a lot of us who feel this way. And I know we kind of sit in the shadows and stand around. I wish we would be more of us talking more, if you know what I mean, right? Surrender to rest and sleep. And yeah, to prevent burnout, slow down, honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. So yeah, Jane may be taking a break this week, although you guys won't feel it. I'll probably just come back and keep doing readings as I always do. But I think this might be good for you as well, Pisces. To take the time to breathe, to just reconnect to the planet, to reconnect to, I don't know, the people who feel right, the situations that are right. Okay? Sometimes that's the biggest help. That's the biggest thing you can do for yourself. Yeah. Surrender unhealthy relationships. Yeah. And unhealthy thoughts, Pisces. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. Deserve to be treasured by others and be surrounded by positive people. Just like I did with the group. I put a new rule in and said, no exploitation, and explained exactly what that was in no uncertain terms. And whoever comes in and tries to advertise that kind of stuff will not be let in. It's just the way it is. I don't want any of that happening. Okay? I don't want that happening anywhere. Yeah. No. And for some people say, well, some people believe in that. It doesn't matter. You should be telling them that they have the power to cure themselves. You shouldn't be feeding the fear that they feel. It's not okay. It's just not okay. Okay? So, all right. Here we go. So get plenty of rest. Get plenty of sleep. Forge your relationship in healthy ones, not unhealthy. Yeah, here comes this is the page. I was going to say it's the 2 of wands, but it's now this deck goes by 11 after 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Taking a break from this, grounding yourself, getting plenty of rest. When you come back around, I feel that you may have some new ideas. You may feel more optimistic. You might come back with a brighter disposition. And then you will not sink into the energy of what's wrong with the world. Like, it happens to all of us. You see it even with myself, right? It's not sinking into what's wrong with the world, but learning to meet your energy, use your energy to meet with your goals. Okay? I remember when I was writing a blog every day, if somebody would come in and make me feel super bad, I would write a blog to make somebody feel super good. I was always trying to counter that. And I think that's the thing that needs to be done here. Instead of harping on the stuff, as we have been, like I have been today with this reading, because that's what I feel, that's what's coming through. Instead, what needs to happen is take a rest, ground, and then move away from those unhealthy thoughts. And then, yeah, move away from that conflict, right? You will find new solutions to the conflict. What a pretty card, though. I don't think I've seen this Five of Wands in this deck. Look at that. Okay, so, yeah, you'll find the courage. You'll work through your fears. You'll come back with a bright perspective. You're going to be the person to come in and go, hey, look, I have something that will help. Your 5 will turn into a 6 of Wands, because this page has 1 plus 5. And the 6 of Wands, we know, is a card of success, right? Yeah. So, yeah, no worries about that, beautiful Pisces. And I just looked, and this card was already turned. This is the Lover's card. So 6, right? There's never any coincidences. It was already turned in the deck. So it's not the 6 of Wands, but it is the 6 of Lovers, which is commitment to harmony. It's making a choice. It's choosing happiness. It's choosing unity rather than splitting up. Okay? So I think that's what you need to do. You need to take a breath, take a breather, surrender to rest. Okay? So that you can have this breakthrough. And I hardly talked about these cards, the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Cups. To have this breakthrough, surrender to the divine. It's to realize that you are a divine being, somebody who can let in this beautiful energy in, that you are connected to Source and that you are Source as well. Yes, and for some of you, sacrilegiously, that means that we are part God. Oh, yes, in some languages, we are part God. I'm just saying it because I heard in a documentary at one point that religions saw this as, ooh, you can't say that. God is God, and you are just a lowly person. So, but yeah, in this space right here, you have a touch of divinity within you, and it's good to surrender to where you come from to the divine, to feel the divine, so that you can receive it and have the breakthroughs. Okay, we get stuck in this little piddly stuff, and what happens is that we get angry, especially if we're somebody who wants to see such a great big difference. But growing pains is all part of life, right? And people do things that are stepping in, at least it feels like the wrong puddle of stuff, even though it's coated in good intentions or may look like it. Saviors aren't always saviors. And it's kind of a scary thing for the rest of us who know that sometimes there's no easy way out. You really just have to work through stuff, okay? So, just take a breath. Know that you're exactly where you need to be. Switch your demeanor, switch your intention. Concentrate on the people who love you. Don't bring them down as well, okay? Because I could just go and say, oh, I could go see my loved ones and go, oh, these people who peddle their stuff, and then I would make them feel, yeah, you're right, and then everybody's commiserating together. Instead, we already know that. I've already put things in place in the group that's going to stop this kind of action taking place. It's time to simply just let it go and then concentrate on, yourself, your actions, your accountability for things, and how you're working through your stuff. You're taking the courage. You're moving forward. You're bringing solutions to the problem here. You're choosing harmony, okay? So, yeah. See? I work with you. I already know these answers. It's just that sometimes they bring in these feelings. This week, I feel like I'm reviewing old feelings, to tell you the truth. I'm getting to feel things that I haven't felt in a long time. I'm starting to feel things that that haven't been really part of my life anymore. I don't spend that much time on anything because I always think to myself, time is precious. I don't want to give energy to things that aren't really going to serve me at all. Okay. Again, the divinity, right? And they're here to remind you that you are a divine being, okay? It's, again, surrender to the divine divinity, okay? We're doing it again. It's a repeat. It's to remind you, you are a divine being. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. No matter if it's sacrilegious to some people to say that, you are divine. You are made of the beautiful stuff. You are made of the, what does they say, the stardust and the moon dust and everything that we are. You are quite surely a goddess. I love the way they like to turn things up on their head right here. With extraordinary powers in an outwardly realm. Hold yourself to the highest standard of exquisite excellence. You are walking on this earth to make a difference that was intended for you to achieve. Stand tall on the highest mountain. Lean on your sturdy foundation, as it will hold you steady. Begin to climb your winding spiral staircase. Once you reach the apex, you will discover the entire spectrum of the rainbow waiting just for you. Discover divinity and all of the heavenly creations that inspire you. Your gifts are surrounding you in a wealthy abundance of love. Follow your divine, radiant, and spiritual rays of the brilliant love and light being offered to you. Embrace your soul and true self. You are filled with the ability, strength, and knowledge you need to navigate your life's path. Absolutely, Pisces. You have it in spades, and you need to embrace that. You need to follow that, okay? Hold yourself accountable to that, Pisces, always. When you do, then, I don't know, it's like you don't make excuses for it, and you don't stay in any kind. It's like, you just don't. You don't put up with anything of that kind anymore. And you don't hold on to it. It's just not in your purview of, it's not in your line of sight. You just go, no, don't do that. I don't do that. And yes, it is a judgment card. It is a judgment card. So you may say, oh, Jane, well, you're judging people by what they do. Well, yeah, it maybe. No, I'm judging myself. I wouldn't do it to anybody. I'm not that, I wouldn't do it, so I expect people not to do it to me. To me, it's a form of harm. And I get very angry when I see people trying to harm other people. It really bothers me a lot. Yeah, it bothers me a lot. And, yeah. But the worst part is that, then that way, they've got to stand in judgment of themselves, because one day, they're going to have to realize, well, they may try to hide or not realize what's been happening. But they're going to have to be accountable for their own actions, right? Welcoming surrender. That card's come out. There's no problem. Only destiny being revealed. So, yeah. Don't be too hard on yourself as well. If you start feeling these feelings of needing to just let go of this, right? To have your thoughts and your feelings on things. Yeah. A lot of the time when people fight stuff or feel injustice, it's because, especially for, I know for myself, I wouldn't want that to happen to me. I would never do it to anybody. So I wouldn't, I get very, yeah, that bothers me a lot. It's time to inspire others. I help others feel empowered by acknowledging their gifts. There you go. I feel that Spirit just sent that card so that I knew how to express what I was trying to say there to you. Okay? And I feel that is the card that you should if there's a card that you should really hold true to and dear to you, is you should hold yourself up to this one standard. Okay? So that I feel that this is the one standard that if I go, when my journey is done, if I can say I helped others feel empowered by acknowledging and teaching them about their gifts, I think I'd be okay. I think I wouldn't feel... Now, I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I will never, ever, you'll never hear me say that. I'm a work in progress. I'm a work in progress, like everybody else. But this is the stuff that you have to kind of work on for yourself, right? You've got to really work on for yourself. I know it seems like a very strange reading today. It does. All week they've been very strange, but I feel like there's an internal battle going on here, Pisces. And it's not mine, but it feels like mine. It feels like something I would have done years before, going back and forth with myself. And all I'm hearing is, oh, you're imposing rules. People should live their own lives. I get it. I get it. I know. I look at people now when they do stuff like this and think to myself, well, they're going to pay for it in the end. But sometimes you need to remove that energy from around you, or what you're building in your life. You don't want it around you. So you have to take a stand. You have to speak up. You have to say, no, thou shalt not pass. If you know what I mean, right? So, yeah, just, I don't know. So, we'll just keep going, Pisces. I'm just going to keep going here. Liam and Mona, please, you just alleviate this for me, please, because this is getting to be... I get it. It feels like there's a real struggle. There's a power struggle going on within the self to let other people find their own way and have their own path, and not being judgmental about other people's path. But there's also a struggle of wanting to do the right thing and wanting to protect other people and wanting the weaker not to be swindled or hurt. And I think that this is the internal struggle that we have every day. So it's time to take a breath. I'm going to say this, with your crown and your ground and your crown, the message today, let's get back to the core message. Take a breath. Take a deep breath. Take a moment, okay, for yourself to come up with the ideas, right? It's death, transformation, never easy, transitioning, trying to find the right way to do things in your own life. I feel this is it too. I feel that you're going, I don't know how to bring profound change, and then I got to sever ties at the same time, and I've got to deal with loss and then rebirth, and regenerate, and being a phoenix, and losing but then opening opportunities. It can be quite something. It can feel very taxing. So make sure to just take one thing at a time. And if you are feeling like this 5, okay, this 5, a little bit like, make sure to take some time to just rest and regenerate, Pisces. Like I said, these readings are really taking it out of me. Oof, yeah. You see, they're telling you may not be able to know or feel, I don't know what to do with this stuff, right? You go, I don't want to be like, the judgmental person. But then again, I don't want this injustice happening. So I'm feeling this kind of energy for you. Like, what do I do? What do I do? How do I do this? Yeah. The truth to move on, this loss feeling, This Three of Swords is the Three of Swords, right? It's quite nice. It's a quite different Three of Swords, which I like because all Three of Swords usually has got the heart and the swords through it. But in this case, I feel, look, the swords are out of the heart, okay? But you're still left with this mess. So you're trying to figure out, what do I do with this? What do I do with this? Well, it's time to really look at it, right? It's time to look. The Three of Swords is all about looking at the situation dead on. Sometimes it's just, it's hard to look at something dead on. You see, in this case, she doesn't want to, okay? Look, and you don't want to. And even in this one, look, I don't really want to, okay? So that's what I'm feeling from you. I feel like you're going, I don't really want to deal with this right now. I'm not feeling it. So maybe the best idea is for Ashley, for you to take a rest. Nobody said that this was going to be easy. Absolutely not. Okay, that transitioning energy is not easy. And there's the Two of Wands again. I thought that was the two came out before. It is definitely time for you to take a moment to go and contemplate things. Okay? To just go, okay, I'm going to contemplate. And it's so funny because he's holding almost like, if you look at this from far away, you'd swear that was a pentacle, right? But he's holding like the cogs, a wheel to something. Whether it's a pentacle, whether it's a cog in the wheel, you need to figure out where that goes. Where you're going to fit in the way you feel and how this is all making you feel, my beautiful Pisces. Okay? You've got to take a moment to figure out, what do I do with this? How do I deal with all of this? Okay? So surrender to taking a break. And remember, you are here to inspire others. It's okay if you feel that others are just not doing that they're just being, you're not helping others, they're hindering others, and it's okay to feel that sense of injustice. Let yourself feel it. That's okay to feel it. Okay? You're not bad for feeling that way, even though you feel like it's a judgment. It's not bad of you to feel that way. You're allowed to feel injustice in this world. But you're also allowed to just take a moment to realize that it's hard to work in this world sometime when people just keep repeating the same patterns over and over again. Sometimes I look at social platforms and I think this would be such a great way for people to just get together and bring out the best in each other instead of just scrolling aimlessly from one thing to another. But that won't change overnight. And you have to have people make up their minds that that is what they want to do. They want to stop and they want to put value back in their lives to make their minutes count instead of letting them be stolen away. I'm so glad that you give me your time here, Pisces, that you actually take the time and listen and come in to take in this energy. I hope that today you took a moment to just kind of listen and let it sink in and understand this frustration. When we've been dealing with frustration card came out. This frustration and this period of just not knowing what to do with energies. Sometimes you just don't know what to do with it. I want you to now take the time and realize that you need to take a breath. You need to connect back to the divine, to your beautiful empathic psychic abilities that we all have. We all have them. Okay? Nobody is better than others. We are receptive. We just, sometimes our gifts lean more in one direction than another, but we all have this. Especially Pisces, we have it in spades. Okay? And help yourself and others understand the emotions of things. Understand that it's okay to feel upset with injustices. It's okay to want better. It's okay to get mad sometimes. But it's also okay to not know how to fix it. It's okay to have this feeling of helplessness. And this is what I feel today, a feeling of helplessness. And when this comes in, what you do is you go and take a rest. Take a rest. Sit with it for a while. Take a deep breath. and then do something else. Do a 180, like I said, a 180 in a different direction for a while. Let the mind take a break. Go scrub the bath. Go vacuum the carpet. Go do a few dishes. Rearrange a cabinet. Anything. Anything that makes you feel like you're actually doing something. You know, clean it up, chop wood. I almost feel like I should be using the wisdom oracle. That's what I'm feeling. It's like, just take this. Take time to, you know, work through the fears. Work through the pain. Reconnect to the divine. Take a rest. Okay? And come back refreshed with this beautiful Page of Wands. Okay? And choose harmony. These came in as well. Okay? Choose harmony. Choose the Lover's card. Go from a 5 to a 6. Yeah, I'm counting the wands in the cards. 5, 6, 6. Okay? All right, my beautiful Pisces. That's it for today for the crown and the ground. Whew. Tomorrow I come back with your before and after. There's some work to do here, Pisces. But I'm so grateful that you're here. Tell me what you do when you need to rejuvenate yourself. I want you to write in the comment section, help your fellow Piscean and myself. Tell me how you take that time and rejuvenate your energy. How you take a breath or a moment or a time out from all of the chaos that surrounds you. I'd love to hear from you. I'm sending you a lot of love, light, and blessings, and I will see you later. Bye for now.